Good evening to you. Hello, Vulcan. You like the colour? I've pulled you away from your meatloaf, have I? Meatloaf will still be there when I finish. I've gone for the full F the copyright intro. Totally bad of Helling. Good for you, man. That's awesome. I used to love a bit of meatloaf back in the old days. Brilliant stuff. Hope you like that little intro. Almost certainly a copyright for that one. Crap old music today. There we go. I've changed my logo. It overhangs the screen, but I thought it looked quite good actually. Like that. So I left it. I'm glad you like the colourful UFOs. I've also coloured in Spikie's craft and the bullets. And look at the stars, look. They just collect the colour that goes past them. It kind of works quite nicely. He's listening to Rocky Horror earlier. Excellent. Magenta is a character in that, yeah? I remember Mod saying. So it's looking quite good already, this game here. Not sure what I need to do. I've turned the collision off right now. We can just drive into the enemies and kill them. I can quickly turn that on whenever I want. I'm really not quite sure what to add now. I was intending to do some sprites before I came online, but I ended up just doing that intro instead. Might have to draw one quickly now. They're the same size. I guess just a standard sort of ship. Guessing right now. Any old boring thing really will do. Remember, we can only use one colour because we need the background to stay. Not so sure what looks better there. Tricky. Hello, Microman, you Z80. Hope you're doing well. I've gone a bit earlier, so hopefully I might get myself a little bit of an earlier night. But I hope to do a good few hours here. Did you see the intro? I put a lot of effort in. I'll have to cut it out on YouTube though, unfortunately. That looks like it's supposed to be flying the other direction, doesn't it? In fact, let's do that. It's like an arrow. That'll do. Just got in. You haven't missed a lot, man. Oops. God, I need that third screen if I'm going to do paintbrush and everything. Right, I've exported that as an assembly file. Let's call this arrow. And I'll call enemy sprite 1 something else soon. Saucer. Excuse me. Other than their look, they're actually going to be identical because I do want to keep this game simple, and it's going to have a big boss, and it's also going to have a middle screen when you end the level where you can buy a couple of upgrades like a force field that lasts for say 5 seconds, 10 seconds, and then like maybe smart bomb, some stuff like that. And I'm going to also come up with a way that it knows whether you've killed the entire wave, and you only get money for doing that. So you get points for killing the enemies, but then if you kill all the wave, you get like 100 quid or whatever. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I know that was a bit of a contradiction. But it's already a simple game, isn't it? If I wanted to keep it super simple, it's basically finished right now. So I may as well add something. I mean, I checked the size. Remember, you've got to add 6,000 bytes for the buffer. But we're only at 21,000, so we've got just over 27,000 out of 32,000. So got a fair bit we can still use. Excuse me. I think with a big boss, you could use something for this is just straight off the top of my head, but you could use something about the same size as the player sprite, maybe a bit bigger. But I mean, I could use the same code, similar code, if I use something that size, and then I might make it so you've got to hit like this part of it, like this part will be a different color or a different look to it, you know, and the rest will be shielded, and you'll have to make sure you hit that bit like 5 times or whatever, or perhaps you have to hit this bit here. But in order to do that, you have to kill all of these like brick parts around him or something like that. Yeah, boss kind of needs to be bigger, but when you think about it, the enemies are like really small normally. So, and this is only the first level as well. In my head right now, I'm thinking having 2 levels, one with a pretty easy boss, and then the last one with like a really hard boss. Maybe he fires out other enemies that come after you or something, and then that'll be it. Anyway, let's get this arrow one working. I was just thinking, I've got saucer, falcon. Let's change falcon to arrow. I don't think we're going to need them. I might even get rid of it and just have dead or alive. In other words, get rid of all of it and just have true or false for here. No, actually, I'll set it there, and then in the draw function, we'll just see which one it is. So here's where I spawn an enemy and I assign it as a saucer. So obviously we don't want this to be random. That would be nice and easy if I did. But we're going to have to pass in some sort of value to say what we want. It looks like B would be fine to use for that, because we don't use B, C in there at all. And then change it to B there. The only thing is, excuse me, we call this spawn from all these places here. Which is quite annoying because I have to load. Well, in fact, no, we can load it. We can load it somewhere else. I'm in two minds about this though. You see, when we're doing the wave type, we're spawning it here. We just set a value, and really I want to link the type of enemy to the wave. So really I want to do it the same way as that. So I've got set offset, set pattern. I want the same thing, set sprite. I'm not going to call it set sprite, that's too generic. I'll end up using that name again if I name it like that. So I'm going to put like set enemy sprite. So long story short, that means that I do just want, I want all these to be false rather than dead. Because I'm going to delete dead and I'm going to delete the entire enemy type thing. And here, where was it? B. True. Because that is alive. And dead, it doesn't exist. So we'll have false. I think the word dead appears on its own only. Yeah. I could safely just rename them. Either idea there was valid. I was juggling between two different ways of doing the same thing. Exactly that, Falcon. You got it in one, man. Just chucks out. Although it would actually be different code because they come on a flight path, and therefore their position is locked. But it's similar. I'm going to make them home in on Spikie when you're in the boss. Like the things will home in and get closer and closer to you. It's going to be really hard to win that. You'll have to kill everything. Yeah, but the thing is, my path is fixed data. I can't change it. It'd actually be more economical just to tell the thing where it's spawning from, and then tell it where to go to, i.e. the player's position. Because otherwise I'd have to make another flight path. I'm trying to bring it up on the screen. I don't know where it is. Yeah. Yeah, because this is exact positions on the screen. So unless I make the enemy sit there when he spawns him, that would also be a valid idea actually. I was in enemies doing that anyway, wasn't I? So we spawn it and we just set it to true. Yes. So each level has its own. Each wave has its own sprite type now. That's what basically I'm getting at. Saucer. So 4 saucers and 2 arrows. Two saucers. I'm sure we'll end up changing this again, you know. Whoops. I'm just chucking any old thing in there. We've only got 2 enemy types. Right, that'll do. So I'll split view and still see that. Just go to work. Current pattern. So I need the same thing. Current sprite type. I think where I put that, I'll probably just in level manager. Yeah. I could have put 0 there, but I'm going to put saucer. Just makes it clearer how I'm using it. Didn't I delete saucer? I'm sure I did. Yeah, no definition found. Did I see something flash up on the screen then? I'm not sure. Hard coding. Hard coding what? I mean, I do loads of hard coding in assembly. But at least I'm just defining some types. Okay. Back in level 1, wherever it's gone. I hate that. I'm moving. Oh, hard coding this. Kind of. Just using a constant. It's the way I could think of to use the least memory. Oh, cheers, Mick. How you doing, mate? I'll move that. Where's Giphy? I thought I saw something sort of flashing up, but I didn't hear anything or see it. So, oh god, I've got so many layers in this now. The intro was epic today, by the way. I do honestly ask you to go back and have a watch of it. um, it's not 48k Vulcan. You only get 32k. 16k is the ROM. And not only at 32k, then take away 6 for my video buffer. So that leaves you with 26k is the maximum. Trust me, it is, because I've read it about 6 times to make sure I'm right. And not only that, but we've run out of memory on every one of the projects. Thanks, Coda Mick. Yeah, thanks for letting me know as well. I think I've moved it to the top now, the Giphy. I think it's the very top layer now. Wait there, Vulcan. I'll get you a link. Because you're acting illogically, mate. Oh yeah, no, you are right. Actually, I'm acting illogically, but somehow we still run out. Look, I'll show you this link. It does explain it. It's called the ZX Spectrum 48K, but 16K of that 48 is ROM, so it's nothing to do with 64. Oh, I'm trying to find a clear enough image of it. All I know is we definitely run out at 32, and then you've got to take off 6 from that. I'm reading that break into programs now to try and figure it out for myself, but wait there. Let me just. I'll try and do. I'm just going to add a load of data now until we run out of space. One, two, three, four, 6, 7, 8. So I should have done a check beforehand to see what I had. Is it clever enough to know that there's no references to that and then not adding it? No, it's 48k. No, I didn't, Coda. They're a pain. Oh, it didn't compile because I've done loads of stuff I need to change. I've just remembered. I renamed a load of stuff. Oh, what's this? What? I think mine's just bugged, to be honest. But what happened was, it got approved like the same day or the very next day that after I got affiliate. But then I had to move them around because I'd done them in the wrong order. What the hell does that mean? Oh, an S there for some reason. I went off on a tangent without realising I hadn't fixed all them renames that I did. Oh, didn't save. Oh, I'm having keyboard lag. Great. Live is on fine. Hit start. Right, finally it compiles. Now how big is it? So it went up some. That's good. Right. So by my reckoning, and I get what you're saying, you were correct in a lot of what you just said. However, the fact still remains that by the time we get to about 27,000, we're going to run out of memory. You have to use the contested memory otherwise, I think. Let me see roughly how many I need to add here because it's a lot. I can't be bothered to work it out. I'm just gonna copy and paste the load in. Right, that compiled. How big now? A bit bigger. Copy that whole thing. Like I say, I've set aside 6K for the video buffer. You get 32,000. So we're getting close now. It's compiled fine. Like I say, I've run out of space in every project, so it's my biggest concern most of the time now. Especially since Moz gave us that code to speed up the buffering. Speed doesn't seem to be an issue with any of the routines now. And there we go, 64K limit has been passed. The size. Well, it didn't even compile to its size. But if I then go and remove just a few lines until it lets us compile, we'll see the exact size that we can be. And I did this the other day. It still didn't work. Nope. I should probably delete that second line now so it doesn't keep opening the emulator. Yeah, I'll be looking how to do that one day, Vulcan. But that day will come soon, actually. Like once I finish this game, where do I go next? I've got to start doing some more advanced topics by that point, or go to a different system. I still don't like it. Bloody hell. Fucking joking. I feel like I've deleted more than I've added now. Still. Well, hey. Hey? Why only 121 bytes? That's weird. Super compression. It doesn't work, that's why. I wonder, did I delete something then? Because it felt like it jumped up. Oh, it compiles now. 25K. So trust me, when it gets to 20, if you take 32, take away 6, you got pretty much, that's how much you get. And yes, I know there's something called the contended memory or the contested memory or something like that. Yeah, I mean, I don't know what 30 to 1 means. Yeah, it sounds cool, that colour thing. I think if you can start to add things like that into your game, it's like you can call yourself like fairly advanced game programmer for a Spikie at that stage, I'd say. Elite had 8 billion galaxies. That's not the Elite I played. Do you mean systems? I doubt it even had 8 billion systems, to be honest. But hello, Quasar. Yes, that's way. I'm not anywhere near good enough to. I haven't ever used it. You know, I don't know anything about it. 32768 is where I normally start, isn't it? Yeah, thanks for coming in, mate. Anyway, I got waylaid there because I was just to say about that. I mean, I am a very simple programmer. I'm just trying to make simple games, so I'm going to keep it below that 27,000 mark, just to see how much I've got now. I deleted all that crap. 21,000. So we've still got like 5 or 6k to go. Have a little look at the game. It looks pretty snazzy. I've turned off the collision so I can just drive into it. But look at them stars. That's what I was thinking about. Should I paint them or just let them take the paint? I quite like how it does that. Yeah, I've deliberately turned the collision off so we can just go through the level. Well, I haven't turned it off, but I've turned the def off. But if I painted the stars a random colour every time they spawn, paint that one star random, it would kind of eliminate the colour clash. It would still exist, but I'm just reading that, Quasar. Yeah, so far for me it's too advanced, I think. Here go to Mick. Loud snoring wife next to you. That's brilliant. Right, let's try and add some actual stuff to this game now. Because it's ready. It knows when you reach the end. It's ready for a boss. I just need to draw it and then think about exactly what I want, how I want to make it. Also, when you die, it's a bit rubbishy at the moment. It just freezes the game, and then when you press space, restarts the level with one less life. That's the end of the level. Micro. Thanks, Coda. Yeah, I've been trying to look out for your coding streams, but I never see them. I've seen you playing Warcraft a bit. He's found the slippers. That's what I was doing. Enemy sprite type. So it's exactly like we do here, except for it's only an 8-bit value. I don't think we need to push anything. Just like that. Obviously that's going to set it to a saucer. We want to be able to set it depending on the wave. So when is it a saucer? It is on wave 1, 2, 4. Get hot in here. Saucer 7, 8. Thirteen, 14, 15, 17. So I made this mistake before, but the way I see it is there's only 2 enemy sprite types. If we've reached here, it must be an arrow. But maybe this won't work. For some reason I had to specify all of them on the other one. Couldn't really work out why. Moz gifted you. Yeah, have you got the icon for? So it's a strange one, isn't it? They've subscribed. They've allowed that one, but not all the others. Let me try. Strange one, it really is. It must be because Moz gifted you the sub. I don't think anyone else here got gifted one. He did gift a few out. Fair few, but most of them aren't even here, sadly. Right, that's as simple as that. So where do I call that from? I've forgotten. Actual command not found. I think I have to load AH there and make sure H is the level timer. Right. I think that's ready. So to test it, I think we'll go wait 5 waves and see if it's an arrow. They were all here on the first night, that Vulcan. First night I got affiliate. That's a cool emote. Is that one of yours, Coda? Well, I haven't counted the waves, but it must be coming up now. It looks like it's not working. Just gonna open my window 1 sec. Okay, I didn't see any non-saucer enemies. I don't know about you guys. A gangster party. Damn, why didn't that work? Oh, of course it didn't work. All I did was set the sprite type. I didn't use it anywhere. Here we draw the sprite. Here we load it. Current enemies. Ah, I could have just pointed it at the right sprite, couldn't I? Probably should do that. I mean, right here I could just do a comparison. If it is this, do this. If it's that, do that. But instead I'll use a pointer, which means redoing what I just did. Just a smidgen of it. Basically I need to do the same what I did here. That also needs to be a word. And actually, I don't even need that. Yeah, I do. It's this I need to change. It's the types I don't need. Okay. That's a horrible name again. I believe that will just work actually. And then no longer needed. Also, yeah, good. I thought I'd set it to saucer or some stupid thing up there. I don't know how you set up a 256 icon, Vulcan. Doesn't give me the option. I think I've been through all the options. I think it might be weekly because if you look at the top, it says gift 1 sub to become top. Cheers, Volk. Legend. It says gift 1 sub, but Moz has gifted at least 8 or something, 7. I want to change it if it's 1 week. I would change that just to be forever if I can control that. I believe this will work now. Basically, I just stored the pointer to whatever sprite I want it to be. Oh god, it hasn't worked at all. Look at that. I need to zoom in on that. I see why, I think. Actually, no, that's gonna be no good at all. Oh, it might be actually. It might work. Yeah, it does. Come on then, 5th wave, I think it is. 3, 4. Come on, number 5. Make it so. Here he is. Oh yes. Oh, they were nifty. Yeah, we need some more sprites then for the enemies because that was quite cool. Minus switch cut. I noticed the bits seem to be the best one to actually get real with that because some of they take a big cut out of some of the other stuff. But of course, you do want to have subscribers as well. You don't want to discourage people from subscribing. I certainly don't do it all about the money. I'm trying to make a successful channel, you know, just by having good content. Sometimes it is hard to make good content. I mean, I could just add another sprite right now and have a few more. Doesn't use a lot of data, does it? It's pretty tough to draw a sprite though, in that size. Oh yeah, you just donated $1 to me, I think, mate. Thank you very much for it as well. I very much appreciate it. You've got an icon. It says number 1 in gold bit. Maybe you need to control F5. Specky UDGs. They basically are, aren't they? They're slightly bigger nowadays. You can have more pixels in a UDG. Alt F4. No, control F5. So, what next? We've got 2 enemy types. Let's design some sort of boss. I'll pop them in objects. Boss. So I need a sprite there. Oh, not a tab. I'm open to suggestions on the boss. Like, all I can think at the moment is having something, maybe 24 by 24. And you've got to shoot all the bricks and then the things in the middle. Okay, micro, see them in. Just for a laugh, I might just pull Teacher Bob in there and have it in, but he takes like 20 hits or so. Scale up and reverse the main sprite. I was thinking about that, It's not actually easy to scale up in this, is it? That's the thing. Just basically got to draw a bigger version. I'm going to pull Teacher Bob in for a minute. He's like a recurring enemy. Where is he? Yeah, I guess you had to be good at it back in them days, didn't you? You just squeeze every little bit out of it. It really is clever. Yeah, it's cool. Just use this guy for now. That's how big our boss is. 1, 2. So he's a little bit bigger. Yeah, that sucks, Vulcan. I agree. Like 130 gigabyte download before you've even installed the game now. Sometimes they can't even bother to compress the installer or something. Yeah. I'll just pocket bung this guy in here for now, and you have to hit him in the head or something. So he's gonna have a flight pattern of his own, I guess. But he'll also have a spawn start point. Not gonna be 0, but yeah. But it's annoying having to fill up your hard drives. I mean, for years I had like 150 meg internet. I lived near the railway, so we had fibre many years ago. But I had 3 hard drives, and 2 of them were full of games. Crammed full. So obviously he'll have his own position. This is going to be boss 1. I'm going to have 2 bosses. Way above. But what do we want him to do, really? Guess he can just fire fireballs at you or something, can't he? Move up and down. Yeah, I had an M.2. Unfortunately, the motherboard, power supply, and graphics card is knackered, so I've just chopped the whole thing. But it was a pretty flipping nice machine. He doesn't even need a flight path because I'm just going to stick him on an X position, right? Give him a max Y. This is where he starts. That'll be a constant as well. Let's just say max Y is in pixels. Let's say 150. Min Y. 20. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to have him go up, down, and occasionally he'll just go whoosh, really quick towards you, and you know he's going to kill you in his way. And he'll probably chuck some fireballs as well. So his spawn X will be his default X. Let's put an actual value in there. 26 is actually the left side where you wouldn't see him. 25 you'd see half of him. I'll go for 24 right at the edge of the screen for now. And Y 20. I may as well have a min X as well, just so I don't have to do a calculation. So he's at 24x. The minimum the player can go to is 2. So let's say 3 for Bob. So there's no escaping him unless you go below him or whatever. I'm not going to bother with a max X because that's the same as that. Then again, that'd be alright. So if we look at how the level ends, the end is just another wave type, and then that triggers when it gets to there. I actually, at the moment, I jump to end of program. I decided I wanted it for my intro, so I then jumped back to the start after resetting everything to the start of the entire program. But instead of jumping to here, I want to just jump to boss routine. Let me think about it. $2080S. I'd have to buy the whole rig because I couldn't plug that into my computer. I don't really need to jump anywhere. Like I say, it's just another wave. I could just spawn in when we get to that wave. Or is it better to maybe go into a complete new update loop? Level manager, where are you? I'm going to push it to GitHub because I've got two different ideas of how to do the same thing. And I don't know which one's better. So I can always go back. Okay, that's done. Right, so because the way I was existingly doing it was jumping to that program ends. And in my head I was thinking jump to a routine in here, you know. And we definitely do want to do that. We don't want to jump to it and call it boss spawn. That boss one spawn, so that it's easier. It just set into true. And because all this is already correct, no it's not. So I may as well just set it there. It's not going to hurt to do that. Why has it not found that? That was strange. We set him to true and set his position. Again, I could easily make this boss update and just point at the right boss and then not have to make two of them. I'm not confident enough to try that yet. I want to make sure I can get it working in the most simple way possible first. So in here we'll do all his movement and all that rubbish. Of course, the easiest way is just to do load A is alive, true, turn not equal. Now we can just call that every frame, and he'll just, as soon as he's made alive, it'll start working. I'll do that in a bit. Do the same thing. I could pretty much just copy the player's draw routine, I think, to be honest. I'll just leave him and see. Actually, let's give him a colour. Why not? Funny enough, I was already painting the player one extra cell below to count for overlaps with cells. So I'll just leave it like that for now. Create boss one colour up here. Put it right at the top so that so that's brightness on and black background. And then what colour do I want him to be? Give a cyan. 101. So he's not going to move. But if I just call update and draw every frame, and then I just want to spawn him on that wave where I normally jump to the program end here. I don't really want to I don't really want to return from there. I mean jump, sorry. So what I'm going to do is just push AF so I can pop it there. So the Z flag will be the same. And then I'll put return Z after doing spawn boss. Just make sure I haven't done something stupid in spawn boss. No, it's fine. When I say yes, check if I'm doing something stupid that I wasn't requiring it to have something. It's going to be okay, that. Right, so I think I better put a sound in spawn boss just to make sure it gets there because it's a long wait. I mean, I could cheat and just move the level timer right up. Let's try that first. This just gives me a chance to roll yet another ciggy, because we are going to be waiting there about a minute and a half or something like that. But Bob should appear. Yeah, I've been looking into sound, Vulcan. You've got to do the out command, haven't you, and flip this bit on. Apparently there's some way you can do like little noises. You can't really control the pitch if you don't want to pause the game. Yeah, if you've given up smoking, never take it back up, man. It's a horrible habit. Quite a few waves in this game before we get to the point where we want to check, unfortunately. I love them stars being all different colours there. I think that's love. Yeah, I mean, I've been reading some way about you can flip one bit, like an upper or a lower nibble of a bite. Okay, it just reset the game. That's flipping odd. Perhaps I should have jumped and then jumped to the update loop just to test it. Okay, so I know it goes red and goes to the game now. So what I'm going to do is stick the level timer up. Like 28, 27 is the upper bit. Uh, 6912 1B. I'm not 100% sure, but I think if I put start the timer at OX1A, think we should get the wave. We should get one wave and then the enemy, and then the enemy. No, it seems like it's just done nothing. Oh, hang on. Stupid. 1800, sorry. So we should get either one wave and then the end, or just the end. That's what I was expecting. No, it's done nothing. It's strange. It should do something because all the waves spawn depending on what that level timer is. But I'm baffled as to why that's not working. Did it even compile? That's probably what's happened. It's not compiled. Ah, the whole time. That's from having that second line there, you know, that I made that mistake. I haven't included boss. Oh, control click now takes me there. That's amazing. Boss 2. Okay, it doesn't quite take me to line 90. That's a shame. Flipping hell. Finally. Yeah, see, we should get this last wave and then the end. No. So my maths is way out, but it's definitely started midway through. There we go. Whoa, the wave just restarted. Something's happened there. Whoa. But he did appear. Let me roll this smoke. Perhaps I need to actually jump, like I was saying, so that I don't continue on spawning waves. I'm going to put that back to 0. Do you know what? I'm going to start doing that with words so I can see them easier. Unfortunately, I'm going to make us sit through this entire level just to see that same thing because I know it's going to happen again. But I can't figure out why, because the spawn should only happen at very specific times when the level timer matches the level layout that I created. If it does persist, I think I know one thing that might fix it. It was where I said about how you have to, you know, you can assume it's when it got to the end, it was going to be the arrow. I think I have to specify all of them. Just wanted to check that I didn't mess it up by changing that level timer. I don't think I did at all. We must be getting somewhere near the end now. Your M2 is just flailing about. There's a little screw, isn't there? You can attach. Comes with a screw that's built into the motherboard. Mine did anyway. Quitting 1999. Well done, Mike Pro. Terrible habit, innit? Right, so Bob is spawned, but now we have super lag, and they're not meant to be spawning. They went in the wrong direction and everything. I mean, probably a quick fix is just to say if level timer is more than that, get out of the spawn loop. Maybe I need to specify all them. Return it if it's. You'll notice I had to jump increment timer. Oh, that's if it reaches a point that doesn't have a wave. It just means it bypasses the where is it? Bypasses all this where we actually do the spawn. Goes down to here. I mean, we don't necessarily need to increment the timer anymore once we've spawned the boss. But that's what's happening, it's jumping away. But we do see the boss spawn. But then the very next time it comes past, none of these match up and it will just jump to here, so we never get any of this. It shouldn't matter. That's what I wanted. But of course these are still just remaining whatever they were. And then for some reason it's getting spawned still when the boss is live. Probably just put a return here if the boss is alive. I absolutely don't like this approach because boss 1 alive in the level manager, I just don't like that. Notice it didn't save. I keep hitting save and it doesn't do it. It's so annoying. Just that one came out now. Did you notice that? Do you know why? I mean, wait there. I'm in the wrong file. Where's it gone? I didn't really like this hack anyway. But while I'm in hack mode, I'm going to go into the enemy spawn right at the top here. See that? Surely that can't happen anymore. But of course now we can't have them throwing any. There you go. But it's still failing. Just slow. Bob. Bob in space. Let me figure out why this is getting slow then. It can't be that, can it? Same again. Surely this little thing here hasn't took it over the edge. It would have Bob update. I know. I mean, there's obviously something else at work here. 80 and 83. Okay. Although, what one was it? Do you know what file it was? Hello, Moz. Those 80 return of 0, 83 return. You mean this? So that's actually, I did want that. That just means if it doesn't match any of them. I'm about to do that here actually as well. But what I'm going to do is end, L1 end, increment timer, if it's less than that. It's to the end. If it's more than the end, return. I think that might help us. Might. Basically, if it checks, it sets that, then it makes sure that's all the ones where I want that to be that, so it returns if they are equal to that. Then it changes it to this wave, does the same thing, but if it gets to a point where it has none of them, it just returns out after doing nothing. But then annoyingly, this is still set to something, but yeah, you know, it has to be set to something anyway. So it's all working, isn't it? Until the boss. And there we go, slow again. Is it spawning the boss constantly? That's what. Oh, hang on. It's the sound thing, perhaps. I don't even hear that sound. Ah, wait. I've got it muted. Let's try it with the sound on. Yeah, he's getting spawned over and over. That's the only reason. Boss ASM. Yeah, that's also okay. It's the same sort of principle, but more simple. We're checking if the boss is alive. If it's not alive, return out immediately. If it is, do this stuff. What the bloody hell was I doing? Oh, the sound. But also the fact that he's getting spawned over and over. In fact, I'll leave the sound in there. Oh, you know how easy it is, don't you? But this one obviously is the reverse. Yeah, it's like temp code. It just makes sure you return out of the update, but we're not actually using the update at all just now. But we will in a minute to move him up and down and stuff like that. This should. I'm confident this is going to move okay. I think now. No. Yeah. It's good. Now the bullets aren't moving. Nice one, Micro. I think I've exited out of the loop somewhere as a test, like when the boss is bloody alive, and it's stopping me spawning bullets. Well, it's stopping the bullets moving actually. God, where did I put it? Um, what am I looking for now? Oh, the bullets were not moving. Why is bullets at 8? I wonder how long that's been like that for. Definitely right now at the moment. But hey, take that, Bob. He's not getting. Whoa, thanks, Micro. Oh, you people are so good. Thank you for that. My attention span is absolutely terrible, isn't it? I forgot. Oh yeah, I was going to paint him. I got rid of that code to paint him, didn't I? Is cyan a good colour for a boss? Not a very boss colour, is it? Hey Aleph, I didn't even notice you were there. Sorry, bro. I was about to say I hadn't seen you here. Oh, look at Bob go. He's ready to move now. I've got to make a better paint routine, but I'll do that tomorrow. It's very simple. I just add couple of bits to that. Let's make him move. Not player. Boss. Can't type. Compare. It's really the Y I want to move most of the time. He's going to need a direction as well. I've already got that in constants, so I'll just set up boss 1 direction. Down. Oh yeah, I've definitely seen A left before. But not now. Until now. Yeah, I'll set his default direction to down. But we'll just compare here. In fact, yeah, let's just check his direction there. Compare up. I'm only going to make 2 bosses, so that's why I'm doing it like this. Simpler. Can't type. Best to push and pop so we make sure we use that same value every time. Compare down. How I'm going to do it is I'm going to have him go up or down. That'll be his direction. He can't go left and right, even though he can. I don't need to know that on the direction thing. That's just going to be his. He'll be in like attack mode when he does that, and he'll just go straight left. Just left. But this will be separate from that, so doesn't need to. He either goes up or down. Nice one, A left. What are you making then? Or working on? Sorry. Something boring. It sounds. You say. I bet it's not though. Yeah, because I'm doing it like this because this matches what we've already done in other games. It works. It's simple. I may as well do the same thing. Because now it's very simple to say to check, for example, if when he's moving up, has he hit the top? Not player. If he's hit, if it's less than that or equal, let's put equal. We actually want to reverse the direction. Since we know he's going up, I guess we could just set it to down, couldn't we? I'm trying to avoid having these setters, you know, I don't want that really. Like, I think it's going to have to be there. Because I want to check a few things in there. I don't want to just return out. And to be honest, we do want to return out after that. We'll jump to it. And then it'll hit that return statement and come back up here. So if it's not equal to min y, we can assume it's above that. Just move it up. Does he have a speed? Yeah. Should have just called him Bob instead of Boss One. Okay, that will move him. And the problem is, it has to be exactly minimum y. I think I'll do less than and then just plus 1 there. And that should be okay. Should be fine anyway. It's 20. I've allowed like an allowance at the top of the screen. So I think we can just return there now. Okay. Down. So max y more than or equal to, changing to up. Move him, add a with boss speed. He should just move now. There's his update. Cool. Right. Hey, simples. But don't worry about his paint routine because I'm going to fix that. If I made it so you had to shoot his headlights, say, 8 times or something, it'd be fairly difficult to beat. Especially if he was firing fireballs at you now, and then random points he just stops and flies at you to the left. Nice. So quite often I'd have a state and I'd say like attacking, moving, or stopped, dead, alive, whatever else. But I'm just gonna have a ball that is attacking. As long as you don't have too many. If he can only be one of these things at a time, it's worth having a state like I always have. But I think we only need to know this, so we can just have like one update loop for when he's attacking and one for when he's not. We've already got the one for when he's not. And in fact, the easiest way I can think of doing that, just copying it. We won't need to do that because we're doing that there. Call this attacking. It won't be moving. It'll be attacking. He won't be moving up and down. And we'll jump to that. So yeah. So we'll bypass this. It really should be mods, shouldn't it? Books and false teeth. I think I've still got the teeth sprite. Both of them. Medical stuff, fair play. You must be in a lot of work at the moment then. Attacking. How do we want to? Firstly, we've got to do two things here. Figure out when and how we set him to be attacking. This is why I end up normally having like several update loops. Because above this, we'll probably want to have another low algorithm to set this. But when he is attacking, what is he going to do? Well, he's just going to move left until he is at the maximum left, and then he'll go back to the right, and that's it. So actually, I think there's a boss in the next. I've just realised I do obviously want to move him back afterwards. So maybe I should have included the directions left and right for him as well. Well, we can use them. He can't go up and down now. So when we set him to attacking, we'll have to set him to his direction to left. Unless I can think of a better way. No, I can't really. That's a bit of a bummer. We've got to remember to set him to left at the same time as setting his attacking ball. Probably best to stuff it like this. It ended up a lot more complicated in terms of lineage than I thought it was going to. Very simple though. I don't know, in my head there was a way of avoiding having them, but I can't seem to actually get it to work in reality. So if he's, see, you got to think opposite here. Hang on. I want him to move left. If he's under move left, min left, I want to set him to right. And if not, we want to sub cross speed X, which doesn't exist. Okay. Oh yeah, but up to +1 again there, in case. Less that. Yeah. More than or equal to. Funny enough, that's when we want to set. We want to set attacking to be false. So I kind of wish I'd just made a state now. You know, alive, dead, attacking, not attacking, as one byte, because I've just ended up having to do all this. Wait, what? Why is it called attacking true? That's wrong. Where is it? Oh, it is attacking, isn't it? Yeah, so when he actually finishes his right movement, we just want to set it to be false. Okay, so just as a test from that part without having to make it any added complication of how to set him. Although, didn't we need to set him to left as well? Oh, bum. Let's put it back. I just realised, yeah, we're going to need another routine. Say, start attacking, stop attacking. or I guess start movement, whatever we want to call that sort of default set. Let me start movement now. If you remember, I said it had to have something done. Oh, we need to set its direction. Start movement. And then set the ball. So we probably could have got away with not having these routines, but I'll use them. Okay. So we know how to stop the attack. It's just figuring out a way to start it, I guess. Like I said, I could just set him up. Let's try that then. Very messy code, this one. I was trying to make it smooth, but it's actually ended up horrible. I wish I'd just done the way I'd done before. Oh, that didn't even compile. Oh. Come on then, Bob. Oh, still no compile. Oh, max X is not needed. Where did I put that? Spawn X is the same fit, is sufficient. Come on then, Bob. Yeah, he's not attacking. Attacking's true. It should jump to there. So obviously that's why we're not getting the up-down movement. I haven't done this, have I? Remind myself when it gets to min X, sets direction, yeah. Okay. Please work now. He should just come straight at me, but he hasn't. I expected him to there. Just testing it. See if I bet we do get the sounds. Beep, beep, beep. No, we don't. Okay. Better put that in then. Weird. Oh. Wait. That's not meant to happen. A maniac now. It seemed like it was switching at the wrong one. I expected them to see them the wrong way around, but oh, well that doesn't help. One jot. Wait. He moves the exact same speed as us. Hey Chromo, how you doing, mate? Try and make him a little bit faster than us. Maybe his lunge out towards you can be slow. Yeah, I got the colours in. Oh, see Bob there, he done a bit of animation. He done a dab, didn't he? Yeah, thanks Chromo. I thought you'd like them. The stars as well, like when you go through the level it picks up colours and it actually ends up looking pretty cool, I think. Yeah, smart, innit? Maybe I could do the same with Bob with the multicolour, but he might look a bit insane. I think Bob's just temporary anyway, but it is quite funny having him in there. He's super difficult now. If I say you've got to hit him in the head like 8 times, maybe. I think I'll move him over a little bit as well. So you haven't got so much of the screen to play with. It makes it a bit harder. Of course, I've I've started it right near the end of the level. There's actually a big level. Well, hey. So we just need a way to decide when he decides to spring into the attack mode. Which might be easier said than done. Thanks, Chromo. It's turning into quite a fun little game to play, actually. I've turned off the collision for now, so I don't have to keep dying. And I've added one more sprite, as you probably saw. An enemy sprite, I mean, as well as Bob. There's still quite a lot of space left as well. A big amount of space left. I guess Bob's going to need a health bar, and I need to do all the collision on him and everything. I mean, I don't need to give him a health bar, but he needs to have an internal health value. Yeah, after you complete level 1, there's going to be a shop where you can buy either a force field, a smart bomb, or maybe one other thing if I can think of something easy. And then obviously we've got to code that into the game. But there's not going to be space for a massive amount of levels, I don't think. What do I want to make next? I keep saying it and then forgetting straight away. Oh, health for Bob. Before I do health, he's got the attacking mode. I just need to find some way of randomly putting him into attack. If I go back into level manager, if you remember, I jumped to level 1 actually. I jumped to increment timer, but then I changed it just to if it's below level end. But I could still use the timer for his attacks, couldn't I? That way I could just say in Bob, if the level timer upper byte is equal to that plus XYZ offset to an attack. And I could have a small list of the offsets. Or I could maybe come up with some mathematical genius way of doing it. If upper byte is equal to something. Maybe I could just say get rand, and if it's equal to 1, spawn. If not, don't. I mean, attack. If not, don't. Might try that. We only want to do that when we know it's not already attacking, really. It's just a waste of time doing it when it is attacking. Cool, rand. Like any number. Well, I guess if I say 1, And if it's smaller than that, so then I can control it actually, can't I? How often I could change it to 2, make it double as often. I've already got a setter for set it to attacking. And that'll automatically return out of this loop then. So it has to be 0. Let's just see it in action. He should. I'm fearing that it might even be too often that he's attacked. I want it to be like quite rare. I obviously set him to attack for the very first one. Okay, maybe he never attacks. It really never. Ah, there you go. I've just realised. Oh, boss wants to start attacking. Yeah. It'll be glorious. Oh, Bob. Oh, Bob. I want to see one more attack. Maybe it should be a little bit more common. Funny how few times it's 0. I'm calling that every frame. There we go. Quite like that, you know. Make him spit some fire. That's brilliant. He's gone in the top, bottom, and then middle. Oh, he's getting more, and he's getting more common as we go. Cool. I mean, it's truly random. So if I call rand a bunch of times in the main menu or whatever, I'll come up with some other cleverer way, and it will be more random. Now he goes for ages without doing anything. I wonder if that rand function worries about when it gets too high. No, he's doing it. That's good. So I guess when I do his collision, it's going to be funny. When I want to check with the bullet, I only want to check collision with his head. But if I want to check him attacking Spikie, of course it's the whole body. Go on, I'll add the collision and then I'll probably call it a night on that. If I get an early night. I've got plenty of time this week. I'm going to be doing a lot of coding. I'm going to copy the collision. Although, no, I'm not. I'm going to just write it because it's actually much more simple. All the collision so far is done in the enemy loop, even the bullets. If I remember rightly. Bullets will be a different one. Might even do it in here. Different loop, but I'll do the boss to player. This should be one of the most simple forms of collision detection we can do. just complete rectangular collision with another rectangle. Both have their own positions cached. In an 8-bit value. I think just because I'm inside the boss class, I'll take boss X first. So remember, B is the one that I want to be larger if there is no collision. So B being the left shoulder of the boss, I need to check for the right side of Mikey and put that in A. And we can literally just return if it's less. I haven't got a boss width yet, but same again. Now we want to add this time on the first one because this is the lower number. Wait. Might be fine actually. Two seconds. So the smaller one means no collision. A being smaller than B would mean that, so pair B turn C. And we should be able to just do the reverse. I do manage to cock this up every time, don't I, this last bit. There is no boss height yet, of course. Was I calling player.kill to end the game, or was it like something else now? I can't remember. That's not the only time I call it, I'm sure it's not. Oh, I have it commented out. But player.kill looks like the right way of doing it, yeah, good. Which is strange though, because that doesn't seem to like restart the level or anything. It just kills the player. Text a bit bigger. Yeah, sure. That's about as big as I can stomach it at my end. I hope that's okay now. No probs, mate. No probs. Thanks for actually asking. You know, rather than just tuning out. The only thing is, I'm already limited on my window, so that's why I end up shrinking it when I'm working alone. I've just forgotten what I changed actually. It was something simple. I'll play a kill on it, yeah. I was just wondering whether that was going to end. We'll just wait and see what it does. He's just going to come and kill me straight away. Oh, it didn't work. Interesting. Oh, I never call that routine. Close this. See, that doesn't make a lot of difference to me, to be fair. Oh, it does at the top. I see what you mean. Yeah, good shout. I should get used to that. Thing is, I've got a microphone in my way, so it's just so limited for space everywhere, you know. But it's okay. I'll soon get used to it, however I have it. Okay, thanks, Micro. I can't even find that key. There it is. Not working on mine. I think I've got a different keyboard. I'm UK keyboard, don't forget. Maybe I think it tells you up here what the toggle terminal I need to know. I've forgotten how you check. There's a way to open up a help thing here, isn't there? I need shift for that symbol. I don't know, but I might get that hover thing you were talking about. Left of the one key. Yeah, I've tried that as well, but that's not where mine's located. Mine's located above this right shift. But I'll try. That's what you're talking about. It doesn't even come out though. To be fair, I didn't type it. I used to have an American keyboard, I just lived with it. It was cheaper. I think it was American. I think this is a UK layout. The key marked with the value. Oh, there you go. But it doesn't work. GR written on the key. It's only a very cheap Logitech keyboard, a wireless one. I don't see a GR. Oh, Alt GR. Whoa, yeah, that's done some stuff. I'm pressing Control plus tilde and it's not doing anything. I've tried all the different varieties. To be fair, that doesn't bother me. It's not the length, it's the width, really. I know what you mean. Every extra line does help. Neither works. Control Shift tilde, and I've even tried the one next to the one just for good measure, and it doesn't work either. The at key does that and refreshes it. Ah, Control at does it for me. Just control at. Yeah, control at. Yeah. Which also is an apostrophe. It would be the apostrophe or the single quote if I didn't press control. Cool. Well done. That's pretty epic. Oh, sadly, right, hang on. It doesn't work. Oh, it does. A bit buggy. It doesn't seem to always work. Control at on my keyboard it is. Command palette. That's what I was asking about. Thank you. So now you can do like key map. I could have just set it. Yeah, brilliant. Thank you. Control Shift P. Oh, it doesn't close it though. Focus. Yeah, I think it was something about that, but it does let you have terminal focus or not to do it, but for some reason sometimes it takes 2 hits to do it. No biggie. It could be my keyboard. It's wireless and it's not great. Where was I at? Oh, I hadn't called it. I love shortcuts, man. Some are more valuable than others. Oh, see, that has actually caused me a little bit of a headache with the where I've double chained the 2 commands in here because I can't read the error message. There we go. Ha. How many is it? 32. That sounds cool, Micro. Yeah, I'm not quite at that level yet because I do use other apps and I end up forgetting my key maps. Hopefully, we're getting towards a stage where you can remap every app and you'll be able to download like your favorite configuration and just use it on everything, won't you? And then obviously add your own little bits. Vulcan nerve pin. You can do that, but you can't do it on every app. So there's still some apps you have to remember what their specific key maps are. But one day it'll be every app will just have the same way of doing it. Yeah, or voice control. But voice control has its advantages and its disadvantages. You're always going to be quicker with like the best tools than having to say everything out loud. Keys probably are more consistent on Mac. Yeah, that's probably one of the big advantages of Mac. I'm not a Mac advocate, I've got to say. I've only owned one and I wasn't impressed with it. It just, I bought it at the wrong time. I got it second hand, it was already out of date. 28 letter label, that's probably me. I've got millions of them, haven't I? Okay, it should compile now with any joy. No, boss height isn't. I thought I just made that. Oh, it's meant to be boss 1 height. Well, hey, can he come and kill us now? No. Interesting. Wonder why not. Just want to see if it gets there. It's like the twin slit experiment. When you put the debug logs in, it actually works, and then you remove them, and it doesn't anymore. Perhaps it just wasn't very great detection. Seems to work fine like that. Let's try and let him skim me again. I wonder if it's because I didn't move at all. Oh, look at that. No. Needs to be some leeway. What the hell? How can it work sometimes and not others? Like, I only removed the comment then. If this works now. Try this not moving. Not going to work now, surely. No. And then for some reason, that's it. Once you get into that state. Weird. Work there. Heisenbug. Bloody cockroach of a bug, this one. Is that who done the slit experiment? Heisenberg. I'm looking it up, mate. Heisenbug. Why is my internet supremely slow now? Oh, Heisenbug, yeah, that's funny. You know, I've made that reference quite a few times as well about the slit thing. That's crazy. Yeah, it can be two states at the same time. Yeah, and I've made that analogy about the twin slit thing. Like just the other day on your stream, I made that analogy. Like when you remove a comment, or when you just that says it all. When you when you attempt to study it, it works. I guess let's forget killing the player and let's just do the sound. Or G sharp just for a change. It'll probably work now. Ah, broke. It's something to do with the update loop then. Must be. Because I called a collision check in there, but I would have thought that's fine, isn't it? I think what I'm going to do is call it just after I move him. The downside of that is, or perhaps just there and there. Oh, does it only let you do it once? Is that what's happening here? Not so sure that helped at all. I'm going to put it back to the top now. I'm going to have to double check these. I'm pretty happy with the X. God. It's something to do with these jumps. The wet coast. Don't know if I'm going to fix this one this evening, you know. Might actually want to wake up and have a go out tomorrow. Boss left. Player right is less than boss. Yeah. It does look good in Canada. It seems like everyone's happy there from what I see of it. If they're not happy, they're just moaning over nothing. Yeah, it seems that way, Chromo, yeah. Or perhaps another bug is rising, but I can't see why it would only allow one, because it's not like I set a bool or anything. I just pop a sound every time it's gliding. Perhaps the sound's not the best thing, because I might mess a thing up. I'm going to try just doing the border instead. Set that to black. But what we see is it allows it one time, or not even one. You can get a few collisions. Oh, it doesn't set back. I thought I had code to set it back. That's a pain. Set it to any colour. It should just flicker as he collides with us to black. That works here, and then as soon as he gets back into that state, it seems to be when he changes state. It's not even state, it's just the direction. Yeah, it's just his direction. I just set him to go up or down, and then he starts moving up and down. But it seems that he goes to the left and then to the right, which is fine. As he moves to the downwards position, you can't collide with him anymore. I mean, that up here is handled here. We say, is he attacking? And if he is, we jump to the attacking update loop. But we've already checked for the collision. So when he's not attacking, it seems, that's when it doesn't work. Because then that's when he starts going up and down. But I also tried putting it here and here. Oh, it was working just for a second then when he... Oh, and again. So it's actually the position wrong, I think. Weird. I've got another collision then. I thought that, but I've just changed my mind actually. I think it's not that. I actually think it's one of these is wrong. Actually, personally. But I've got no basis on that, but it's just a thought. Look at the attacking loop. I've put it there. And also the non-attacking loop, which is where we seem to have made most of the problem. But it seems to me that the window's too small. It's almost like the colliding boxes. I've made them too small somehow. Attacking route is left to right, yes. So it goes here and then it moves him either left or right, depending on his direction. I honestly think we can put that above there just once instead of having it twice. And then I really think it's here now. One of these. Try NC on one of these. Looks so right to me. Correct. Bomo's statement was correct, and it is in every state. This basically means he's not attacking. That's his non-attacking update loop. And then this is the attacking one. Like the state is probably a bad word. I've confused the issue because he hasn't even got a state. It's just a direction. He's got the attacking bull and his direction sort of enum. Well, don't worry, don't worry. I'll figure it out. It's not going to be too bad. I'll be able to get it tomorrow. I bet I'll get up in the morning and sort it out straight away. For me, it's like the size of the text makes it harder. I just need to hide some of these. They're not needed right now. I mean, I went in on the debugger for this very same purpose on that other game, and that wasn't how I resolved the issue in the end. I had all the values there, I could see what they were, but we could already see that just by seeing where it was being drawn on the screen. At the moment, my explanation is that I'm using Y here with these two backwards in some way, but I do not know. So I'm thinking that it's returning as if there's no collision when it shouldn't be. It'll take a longer way to figure it out, of course. And I had promised to link up DZOG, but then I just made a load of progress in this game within like a couple of hours and just thought, well, I'm too deep in again. In fact, I mean, maybe I could, instead of trying to fix this, maybe I could try and add a JSON, launch.json. I've never done that. Is it because I'm mixing and matching? I seem to remember having a problem using a constant one. Well, or was it? I think it's when I was not using a constant for the width. Sub maybe. Ret C means return if less than. If A is less than B, C flag is set in the flag register. So NC would be more than. A would be bigger than B or equal to. Yeah, it is the carry actually, yeah. But you can also do Z, of course, that would be equal to or not equal. And then smaller or equal to or greater than that. But I try to keep it all that so that there's no equal to's, otherwise you actually have an uneven balance on the, you'd have to have them both NC. Try that, but then I'd have to switch this around. You know what, that might actually fix it when I think about it. I bet it doesn't, but it already collided. Oh no, that was just in spawning. Okay, you see how it's doing it wrong now, isn't it? I think that is because it's reversed. It's like not colliding when we're on him. Oh, it's a bit weird though. Maybe one of them is right. The NC. That's excellent. Maybe. What I've tried to do here is B equals boss left, A equals player right. A smaller than B. So the X is quite straightforward, isn't it? Because it just goes across, getting bigger. The player's right shoulder is a lesser number than the boss's left shoulder. There's no collision. And then the same here. B equals player left. 2 to 8. Yeah. And then we can compare them. Compare A with B. Return if A smaller than B. Is that any better? I was fairly confident X was already working anyway. Non-explanatory. I mean, you can't explain it any better than that. That's exactly what it does. I put a comment up here to explain my thinking. I mean, that's what this basically does, doesn't it? Moths flying everywhere now. It's too late at night. They'll fly in here. Oh my god. As soon as all the other neighbourhood turn their light out. Oh. Yeah, that's pretty, I mean, like I say, I feel like all comments are like that. They're just all if you understand the machine code, you don't need the comment. Which section? This entire routine? mean, the label itself tells you what it does. There's 4 different directions you can miss by, isn't there? Yeah, the left side, the right side, the top, or the underneath. The reason I think it's cocked up is, if you notice, I'm checking boss, player, then player, boss, the same side, and I think that must be what's doing it. I think what I need to do is, I could probably fix it by just not adding one of these. I wonder if that improves it. But what I found weird was how at the very start it was working perfectly. It doesn't even work at all now. Top chunk. This takes the boss's left side, the X position. It then takes the X position of the player and adds the width, so we now we've got the player's right side. B has the boss one. We compare B. A was already with the player's right, so we're basically saying compare player's right to boss's left. No? 230. Yeah, that's exactly what I'm talking about. I'm not reading the code out. Boss's left. Yeah? Player's right. Is player's right smaller the number than boss's left? And if so, return. I don't know how to say it any clearer than that, really. The boss's left, is it a smaller number than the player's right? The other way round, is the player's right a smaller number than the boss's left? No, it's alright. I'm failing myself because I cannot explain it. I feel like I'm explaining it clearly. Yes, that's it. So boss's left side, that might be where boss's left side, like his shoulder, yeah, his origin. Player's right side. Is that a smaller number than that? And if so, that means he's definitely not colliding. Maybe not. Right, remember, this is the smaller number. This is the one going in A. So if it's smaller, it will return. And that's correct, yes, because let's say the player's at position 2 and his width is 2. So this will be 4. If the boss is at position 10 or 5, it won't be a collision. Boss's right side. That's the other one. That's this one. That's what this one does. So this one takes the player's left and puts that into B. It then does that with the boss and gets his right side. That's in A. So the same thing. Boss's right side is less than player X. Return. I'm pretty convinced that's correct, to be honest, for doing the X part. But I reckon this is buggered. I've been wrong many times before, so I don't expect it to. I don't think I'm guaranteed with what I just said. especially late at night. Like I bet you I'll wake up in the morning and have a crack at this and get it working. I mean, we've got one working here. It's just more complicated. Well, here's one works with just one enemy and a player. Let's split these. I'll have a look at it. The same thing. Actually looks identical. Oh, Boss 1X. That's why. Ah, that's not going to help, is it? There we go. Oh, it's still broke though. But it's better. It's a lot better than it was. Wait for him to attack again. Doesn't like it. I think I need to add a bigger sort of box. That could be just to do with where we're calling it from now. Up here. Cheers, Chromo. Oh, I got there in the end. It every time buggers me up doing that collision like that. It's a lot better now. It's not perfect, but definitely a lot better. Damn. I wanted to see him attack me there. Definitely in need of a lot of work, but there's definitely promise here now. Wonder what would... I mean, perhaps it's just getting set back to pink very quickly. Let's try a sound. Whoops, I pressed the key while it was loaded. I should have sat where I was because we had problems. I mean, that looks bang on with the X for sure. Seemed a bit late on his head. I think that might be to do with how much we allow him to move. He's moving quite quick. That's pretty decent now. Let's see if when he pops out on his attack. No, something's up with that. It's like if you're on certain angles, it appears. It depends on my position. I'd say it's likely I've got something slightly wrong, like I just had with the Y. Freaking hell yeah! Yeah, it's a weird one. It is because what's really weird about this routine is you're looking for a way of proving no collision, then you're returning because of that, and it just gets all back like everything's backwards. Do you know what I mean? Normally, I look for a collision and react to it on other programs I've used, and then you've got the added bonus that the height is obviously upside down, so you have to remember that as well. You know? Right, well, it was there. Did it not like being down here then? Because that feels like it would be better to check it straight after you move it. I could check it before and after I move it if I wanted to. Oh, done that again. Yeah, I mean that's bang on. Maybe a little over eager. I have no collision whatsoever, see? What did I just change then? Because I buggered it. Oh. Oh, I changed where it was pulled from. So it's definitely better above. Oh, cheers, Micro. Yeah, I'll be on tomorrow as well if you're about. Probably just these offsets now that need a bit of tweaking. I don't know. It's one of them situations where I look at it over and over and it just looks bang on. Just try taking away 4 there. Before it should make it a little bit more likely to catch a collision. Still very much buggy there. Really weird with that. Dunno. Tomorrow, certainly have another crack at it. Get it working, hopefully. I'll get rid of them. Could even be something stupid about this. Thing is, if I put kill player, get one shot at it, you know. I'll try it before I go offline. With player.kill. And I'll make him miss me for ages. And then I'll try and get him to kill me down here somewhere. No, see, I can just survive it. I had that problem in one of my games before where I had to move to get the collision to catch during movement. You know what? I'm going to try this. One last thing before I go to sleep. So here I'll check his boss alive. Return in Z. And then the update loop. Player. Try doing it straight after that. Yeah, that looks a lot better. I think I fixed it actually. So I can confirm it actually. Let's do it one more time. Without kill. We'll go back to the border change. And yeah, I know. Oh yeah, it's sweet. Oh no, it's still broke. Okay, I thought I'd fixed it. Exactly the same really. Seems that when you move you get to collide. It's a strange one. Oh well, that was a sad way to end because I did think I'd fixed it, but slowly improving.
I might have to watch one of my videos back because I had this exact problem before and I did fix it somehow, but I can't remember how. I think it is to do with the layout of the code, how it's ordered. So yeah, thanks everyone for watching. Thank you for the bits earlier, Microman. Very nice. Yeah, I'm Vulcan. Everyone, thank you for watching. See you again tomorrow.